And now I'm going to cut to when Andre's squad captures Silesia, because otherwise it would be very, very boring to watch. Right, so everyone's in position, and Sylvia and Claude have pretty much caught up with the main army, which is good. Now Sylvia's dancing will actually have some use rather than just cheap experience. And having Claude nearby is pretty good because of that staff of his. And Pamela's squad is about halfway across the mountains in the centre of the map. Now, in my case, it seems like they're going to be heading straight north and then heading east to attack Thove Castle. Yes, now as soon as his squad captures the castle, Andre leaves. So, unfortunately, we won't get to fight him now. This piece of music playing now, well, let's just say we'll be hearing it later on. And now things start getting a lot more interesting. Basically, Daccar is going to be dispatching a lot more troops. Axemen. Interesting. It's been mostly lancers and wind magic throughout this chapter. Maybe things are going to start feeling like the prologue in chapter 1 again. And now several civilians escape from the castle. And now you'll want to protect them because there are some pretty significant benefits to rescuing them. Yes, this guy sends his axemen to chase after civilians, but you shouldn't worry because they won't be in range of anyone in the first turn. So you'll have plenty of time to rush in and save them. Which you do want to do because, okay, I'll explain this now. It's not just for the satisfaction of keeping them alive. Rescuing a civilian gives an instant level up to whoever does it. That's regardless of how high their level is. And now Daccar is also going to be sending out some assassins he hired. For the moment, though, we won't need to worry about these guys. And for a certain reason, we won't actually have to worry about them at all. It's kind of odd this guy's using assassins as basically castle guards. And now at this point, 2 more blizzard mages will appear, so it's your highest priority to get rid of them as soon as possible. Yeah, 1 hit was all it took. This is why you should have particularly Fury start as far forward down here as possible. Now, you're going to need to quickly rush across these mountains, and something I should explain about that is that unpromoted mounted characters actually can't move in mountains, which means if you still have any by this point, they're pretty much useless. Now, thankfully, 1 Blizzard Mage is not going to be much of a threat, and hopefully everybody is healed by now. don't want to put Silvio in range of it, though. Well, I guess it's okay if Claude gets in the range, because he has the best resistance out of the whole party. It'll take them a fair few more turns to get to my group guarding Thove. Now the civilians move at the end of your turn. And as you'll see, they've got a huge head start, so you don't really need to worry about those axemen catching them. Yeah, just keep flying. It's okay, they're not going to reach us for quite a while. And when they do, we're going to have a lot of bow users ready for them. Hehehe. Nope, never going to catch those civilians. And they're pretty pathetic anyway, these guys. Something you may need to watch out for, though, is this Blizzard Mage. But he missed here, thankfully. I'm not sure if a direct hit will kill one of the civilians. It probably won't, but if something like that does happen, you can always just reset from an earlier save. Don't know why he's sending out his castle guards now. But anyway, some warriors and wind mages. Fairly odd combination, but anyway. Now, we want to get rid of this guy quickly so that he doesn't blizzard any more civilians. Sigurd really doesn't need any more experience, but I was just desperate to get rid of that guy. Now, Levin is over-leveled as he is, so I don't want him to rescue any of them. Now, around this point, you should probably be saving these civilians for whoever has the lowest level in your party. Anyone who isn't promoted by now, yeah, you'll see here, an automatic level up. But you only see the stats that go up on the map screen. So as I was saying, anyone who's not promoted by now, you should get to rescue preferably all the civilians. I'm doing this with Telchu, in my case. Because even though I'm not really going to use her all that much, I just want to get her trait up a little bit at least. Now moving Fury down here and equipping a sword. Yep, it's a good tip to give Fury a sword. Well, a slim sword, really. She shouldn't really be using anything else. It just really helps against axe users. And anyway, the people who you should reserve the civilians for, if they are not promoted by this point, are Dew, Lachesis, and Telchu. Yeah, these civilians are pretty much safe now. So, you can just save them for whoever needs level ups. Well, what are they doing? They're sort of rearranging themselves and going sideways. Doesn't really matter at this point. And now hopefully these axemen will be baited into charging Fury. Which is very good, seeing as they can pretty much not hit her. And for some reason, at this point, she seems to activate Continue an awful lot. I mean, it is based on speed, and she does have a very high speed stat, but she does get it a lot. Which certainly helps, although I do want some other people to be getting experience. See, again, Continue does work very well on her, though. Oh, she actually got strength. That's interesting. That's a lot of continues all in a row. Anyway, more next part.